been a gold medal run for Simone Biles so far at the World Gymnastics Championships, and she's looking for another one. A medal of any sort would be some satisfaction, but certainly she wants the gold. Uneven bars this week. There are the numbers, guys, so far.
Yeah, she's been great. You know, it's hard to believe, but her best event at this World Championships for herself has been the uneven bars. In the all-around finals, she had the big fall on the vault, then came off on the balance beam. Bars was great. And then on floor exercise, bounded out. But it's been bars.
And this is where really, Tim, as you said, she's been most consistent. If you would have told her this just a few years ago, that bars would have been her most consistent, and that's where perhaps she'd actually feel most comfortable and confident, she would have said absolutely not.
And she would have really meant that. I mean, it wouldn't be just like tongue-in-cheek. She would have meant that there's no way that that can happen. This is an addition to her routine. A lot of people do a full twisting double off bars, but double-double right here.
And I have to say, you see her new coach there, Laurent Landy, just briefly started working with him this last year after she's come back from taking that break off. I have to say that he should be credited for a lot of this new confidence in the uneven bars for Simone Biles. Of course, the former coach and coach of Madison Koshin, she competed at the 2016 Olympic Games, won a silver medal on the uneven bars, and of course was part of the final 5.
See Simone going 7th, and it's Morgan Hurd who will be 2nd to go here in the women's uneven bar finals. And 8 athletes ready. We're going to see a tie again?
Oh, my goodness. I hope not. But you know what? It very well could happen.
It's happened twice so far.
Tiebreakers, I don't like. And the other thing I do have to say that I don't love about the event finals are the fact that there isn't a touch warm-up. So normally in the team finals, the all-around finals, you get to go up and have a 30-second touch, a warm-up to get used to the equipment. And they don't have that here. So you have to go out there and put your arm up, not quite sure how the bar feels. Everybody likes the chalk differently on the bar. The tightness, the looseness of the bars, it's a whole different feel.
They do warm up. They just do it in the
hours before.
Yes, yeah, they warmed up hours before. And not on this equipment, in the warm-up facility. Which is silly. It doesn't make sense. If they're going to do that, it should be out on the floor.
So the first athlete up, 26-year-old from Nottingham, England, Becky Downey. Qualified 8th, 14.4 her number then.
Great Britain has had some fabulous uneven bar workers. I think back mostly to Elizabeth Tweddle, world medalist, just a tremendous athlete.
Beautiful combination right there.
Oh my goodness. Oh. That was fantastic.
Up until that huge mistake, which will unfortunately put her out completely.
As a sister, Ellie, who is also here, recovering from ankle injuries as well.
7 years younger. They were both in Rio.
When you fall and you heard the alarm in the back, you have 30 seconds to get back up on the bar.
It's a shame because this is a huge routine.
There's her sister cheering her on. And again, not blaming it on the fact that she didn't have a warm-up, but for me personally, as an athlete, to be able to go up on the actual piece of equipment that you're going to be performing on, even as a safety issue, you know, I really don't agree necessarily with that rule.
But watch this right here. She catches in mixed grip and then does another release down to the low bar. It was a great it had so many fantastic elements.
Just didn't get quite high enough on that backswing to make that skill around, and just couldn't quite recover.
After that, though, no problems and a great stick, but she knows that it's really not going to help all that much, and there's nothing like a good hug. And when it's your sister, your training partner,
and someone knows exactly what you're going through
and what you
there.
Yep.
You know, they really both have been through so much together, especially in the last few years. A lot of injuries, a lot of coming back and getting back into competition shape, being back at the World Championships together.
Well, it was shocking for Great Britain to not advance into the team finals. They were the 9th place team, and it was by 1/10 of a point. And that was very, very hard to take, and she could have erased a little bit of that negative feeling, no question. She had the potential to do it.
Downey won European titles on uneven bars in 2014, 2016. Back to your thought about warming up on it, too. You want the best from the best. You want a great event. You want everybody to be at their best.
And feel their best and feel most prepared.
You would think you'd want that to happen.
You know, again, especially on an event like the uneven bars, the balance beam, you're not changing. You know, it's the tightness doesn't change. It doesn't move. Yes, some people put chalk on the beam, but the uneven bars is just, everyone likes it a specific way.
Through the tiers, 13,333 for Becky Downey. So up next, it is the 17-year-old who was born in China, adopted as a baby, won the world all-around title last year. This time around, she came in third. Here is Morgan Hurd.
And she has been such a rock for Team USA, and I would say especially on the bars. I watched so many routines in training, and every single one of them looked like a carbon copy. Doesn't have the highest difficulty relative to some of the top performers, but is really, really aggressive. Here comes a big combination for her. Oh boy, gorgeous.
Beautiful handstand right there. That's what the judges are looking for. Finish on top of the bar, just like that one.
Another good one there. Good there. This is a really tricky one, though, to do a full pirouette.
Great. Just those few steps on that landing, sliding that other foot forward.
Oh, that's the thing that's so brutal. She took the big step forward, which is, that's okay. It was a 3/10 step. But then what you have to do is you can't move the other one forward to meet it. You have to step backwards to meet it. So technically, she took 2 steps on that dismount.
But beautiful routine. Again, the judges have been so harsh on the execution scores. They are really looking for every single handstand to land on top of the bar. That was great. Connected immediately into that dismount. And as Tim was saying, look right here. So she lands 1 step and then meets it with her other foot, another step.
Is that a lack of concentration?
I think she was a little bit flustered at that point, to be perfectly honest. She didn't set herself. You know what? She has always said that one of her biggest nemesis is the landing, and she's really got to work on it. She just doubts herself, in my opinion, because she's great in the air, has tremendous air sense, and she just doesn't give it the time that she needs in a lot of cases.
Well, she is 17 and still very young. And she said it took her a while to realize she was the world champ from last year and had to keep reminding herself. And she'd walk in the gym and there's a poster of her. And it would remind her that she's the reigning world all-around champ. 14.433.
And that is exactly what she scored in the team final. All-around final, she had a 14.333.
And so now you see up next, China they don't wear grips, so now they need to re-chalk the bar the way that they prefer them.
7th on the uneven bars in 2017. Luo Wan.
And you see the coach is adjusting the tension. A lot of the men now use a thing that they actually have done for sailing. They measure the tension of the cables. I've heard that there have been some of women's teams that are now doing that here in Doha.
I was going to say, we did it a little old school. My dad would just put a line of Sharpie where he needed to pull up the cable to.
Very nice.
She's going to go right back up to the high bar there.
Got to hit the handstands. This one right here. She'll do another full spin like that. Little form. Her biggest challenge. And that was great. That full and a half, it is. Little hop on the landing. That full and a half pirouette. It's a lot of the Chinese over the years have done that. Super difficult, but really hard to go right to a handstand. And I've often seen 3/5 of a point off on that skill on the vast majority, but not on that one.
Well, there's just so much spinning to do, and there's not a lot of room, and there's not a lot of time to do it all and land in that handstand position.
See that full turn. She'll do another one. Her legs kind of come apart right there into this release skill. Really nice. So here's that. Well, we didn't get to see it.
Double layout dismount. So you want to see her hips extended all the way. Just a tad bit pike down, not too bad.
9th in the all-around. Luo Wan, who's been scoring in the 14-4 range throughout. And obviously, point out that none of those numbers carries over. This is all clean slate. But just to give you some idea of where her efforts have fallen. And 14-4-3-3 is what Morgan Hurd has atop the leaderboard right now. And the number, is 14-5. So into first place goes the 18-year-old from China, ahead of Morgan Hurd.
Her best score thus far. She's competed 3 times already, and that was the biggest number she's got. Good time to do it.
Next up, the 24-year-old from Heidelberg, Germany, Elizabeth Seitz. 21st in the all-around. And 5th on the uneven bars last year in Montreal at the World Championships. Her best individual finish at Worlds.
Yeah, but the kicker, the dreaded 4th place. She was that in Rio at the 2016 Olympic Games to her teammate, Sophie Schrader, by 33 thousandths of a point.
Wide margin compared to what we've seen here so far.
You got to be far away on the releases to make them look great. And she is doing that job. Another big one here. Now the transition.
A little close on that skill, the pack salto, but recovers very well. Short on that handstand.
That was great right there, though. That dismount. Oh, my goodness.
Let's get some sticks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, the line.
Fly high and stick the landing. Gymnastics 101. We didn't see it there.
Nope, haven't seen much of the stick yet. Simone Biles still to Germany looking for a first medal in the uneven bars since 1981. Elizabeth Seitz, 14.6 into first place overall.
Well, I think they have the ranking right at this point in time.
But this next competitor is the one to watch. This is what she does best. Nina Derwijl from Belgium.
And not just the one to watch, but the one to beat if she can do exactly what she did in the qualifying and the all-around final.
Huge release right off the top. Oh,
stunning.
Now, crazy combination right here. Oh, my goodness. It's like a ride on a roller coaster, her bar routine. Oh, a little bit off on that handstand,
wow.
But great gymnastics 101. That's what we were looking for. Fly high and stick the landing.
Called for it going to break, and we got it.
Wow.
Ask and you shall receive.
There are some things in a given routine that just look cool. Oh. She's got a number of them.
I was going to say, pretty much that whole entire routine.
Nina Derwijl from Belgium, who just missed the top 3 in the all-around final, came in 4th.
Look at this skill right here. Does that extra half turn and then just kind of like shot through a blender for a second and then regains perfect composure.
And if I could just be like super extra picky, the only thing that I see, little flexed feet. You see right there as she passes the bar for that Stalder element. But look at this dismount. Perfect.
Bam.
Was at the games in Rio, came in 19th in the all-around, but a bronze medal at the World Championships in this event final last year, and looking for more than that this time around.
And this should be right around that 15 mark as she has gotten both in the qualifying and the all-around final.
She's going to be the leader after this.
And knows it.
Wow.
15-2, there you go. And a big lead, at least for the moment. Nina Derwijl.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if it stayed that way, if she became the world champion.
Seitz in 2nd, Wan from China in 3rd, and Morgan Hurd currently in 4th. And you've got 3 more to go, including Simone Biles, who will be up after this. But on to the 23-year-old from Sweden. Jonna Adlerteg, 4th time at the World Championships, including last year when she did not make it to the final on the uneven bars.
It's really hard to go after Nina in an event finals. She's very good, but that handstand, you know, way off. Going to be about a 3/10 of a point deduction, and right there, that's basically a fall. So she has factored herself off the podium. Nice double layout, but not going to be anywhere near.
So we'll get her number, but then look ahead to Simone Biles as she looks to medal on the uneven bars for the very first time. 2 more left here for the women. Jonna Adlerteg from Sweden, 13-1-6-6 after the mistakes on the uneven bars. Nina Derwijl still the leader. So this is a moment that Simone Biles has been looking forward to. She came here saying I'd never won a medal in a bar final. Only been in 1, made it to 1, but this is what I want to do. And why not make it a gold?
Early in her career, she told me that she wanted to be like Alicia Sacramone, who did only 3 events. She said, I'd like to take a chainsaw to the bars. It's just not my thing. As Nastia mentioned, Laurent Landy, I think he got her to change her views.
So far, so good. Little short right there, but no problem connecting the next two elements. And right back up to the high bar.
Really difficult dismount. Double twisting double. This is new for her this year. Hop on the landing. It was tremendous. I didn't ever hear Simone say, I want to go to the World Championships and win a gold medal.
Look at her, she's happy.
The uneven bar, she wants to win a medal. And I can't imagine how that isn't going to do it for her.
But this is exactly what we were saying. It's about the performance. It's not about the outcome. It's not about the score. She has so many gold medals already. She will be satisfied when she has a good performance, just like she did right here.
4 for 4 here in Doha on the uneven bars. Not even a hint, a whisper of an error for her.
And if anyone else noticed, she had a quick leotard change from the fall finals. I definitely noticed.
Good catch.
Double twisting, double back, spots the ground.
14.866, her best score so far. She did it twice here in Doha.
More world titles than anyone. And I think you're right. It is about the performance, competing against yourself at this level. But I think she also desperately wants a medal in this event.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the numbers do matter to her in terms of that.
Elizabeth Seitz presently in second with a 14.6. I think Simone is going to move ahead of her. I'd be shocked if she didn't.
$14.7, the number, into second place, and now guaranteed a medal in the uneven bars at the World Championships. Nina Derweil from Belgium, still the leader with that 15-2 score. She was tremendous. So, a medal in every event at the World Championships. Just keep adding to the list. I mean, you check off another one.
Got to get a tally mark on.
Yeah.
Competitor on women's uneven bars, representing Russia, Aliyah Mustafina.
You heard the announcement. Aliyah Mustafina, the 24-year-old from Russia who's won a medal in every event at the World Championships throughout a career that has been a storied one.
And she has not only won Olympic gold, she won the last two of them on the uneven bars. And she's famous for coming into finals and doing a harder routine. Release right here. Really nice. Great handstand.
Wow.
And a stick.
As you said, Tim, that is exactly what she does just about every single time in the event finals.
Yeah, that's the best routine she's done in Doha. Her best score of 14.5. It was better than that, my opinion.
If it was better than that, right now Simone Biles in second with 14.7. So
it's going to be close.
It would be very close.
She might outscore her, but still, Simone will be guaranteed a medal.
Just picture perfect. Pack salto and then combining it. Major release back up to the high bar. Gorgeous.
You know, a thought, too, as Biles goes for 6 medals at these World Championships, Aliyah Mustafina was the last one who had an opportunity to make it to the final and do it in 2010. Ended up with 5 medals and a 7th place finish on the balance beam.
I actually thought she was going to pull another extra half turn at the end, like she did in Rio.
The top number is not in play here.
No, it should not be. She doesn't have the, you know, the same level of difficulty.
And the weight. Wow.
Wow.
14.433 in fifth. Doesn't challenge at all for a medal.
All right, we were wrong.
Surprising. Very surprising.
Nina Derwijl from Belgium is the gold medalist. She wins it here on the uneven bars, and for the first time in this individual event, Simone Biles gets her medal. It's a silver. Elizabeth Seitz from Germany rounding out the podium in the top three.
And what a podium. I mean, absolutely thrilling for Nina. That bar routine is just spectacular. And of course, Simone. This is what she really, really wanted, as we said. Make it to the uneven bar finals and win a medal.
Yeah, Elizabeth Seitz finally getting one of those major international medals after the heartbreak of Rio, finishing just off the podium in fourth.
Pretty good triumph for Nina Derwijl, too, from Belgium. And you had it. Saw it coming throughout the week and what she did early on in qualifying, laying down the number and the routine that she did. You guys were talking about it from day one and then throughout, and today closes out with this win here over Simone Biles. And she watched every second of that routine of Simone's. Morgan Hurd finishes up in sixth. So we check those final standings here for the uneven bars finals or the women. Nina Derwijl, the gold. Simone Biles, the silver. Elizabeth Seitz rounds out the top three. Well won, and a bit surprising, Mustafina and the number in the end for her. Simone came here to get that medal in this event, and mission accomplished. And she continues to roll. All the success here, and not quite 100% in Doha at the World Championships.